will Cleveland fans get over what happened tonight?
They won't. I truly believe they won't.
We've supported him for 7 years now, and for him to go on there and drag us through the mud for 7 years and stab us in the heart, he deserves everything he gets. He is dead to me.
If you want your season to continue, take over this basketball game.
I guess you have to go through a lot of nightmares before you finally accomplish your dream, and that's what's going on.
LeBron James, he's going to tell the nation where he plans to play basketball next year.
LeBron, what's your decision?
How do Cleveland fans recover from what unfolded tonight? They won't. It's hard to believe they ever will.
LeBron melted down the way we've never seen a superstar melt down in the history of sports.
After standing behind him for 7 long years, watching him go on national television and tear through their loyalty like it meant nothing, it felt like betrayal. After all they'd invested in him, what they got in return felt like a knife to the chest. To many, he no longer existed. If someone wanted to keep their playoff hopes alive, they needed to take control of the court. But to reach a dream, you first have to survive the nightmare. And that was exactly where LeBron James found himself. The moment everything shifted began on May 13th, 2010. The Cavaliers had just been eliminated from the playoffs once again, this time in the second round by Boston. As the game ended and the crowd began to quiet, LeBron left the court. He removed his Cavaliers jersey, possibly for the last time.
Cleveland fans wondering if that's the last time he'll take off a Cavalier jersey.
After another playoff exit without a finals appearance, his 5th straight, many fans read the gesture as a farewell. He had carried the franchise for 7 seasons, but now he was an unrestricted free agent. At the time, LeBron was widely considered the best player in the world. But he wasn't just another star entering free agency. This was unprecedented. His decision became the most talked about topic in the sports world. Every network, every analyst, every podcast had something to say.
All eyes, including those of free agents themselves, sharply focused on what move LeBron James will make.
Cities across the country made their bids. In New York, huge digital screens in Times Square lit up with messages urging him to choose the Knicks. Cleveland fans fought to keep him. Miami, Chicago, and New Jersey joined in, putting up giant banners and offers. Everywhere you looked, LeBron's decision was unavoidable. It even became a punchline on talk shows.
But everyone would love to have a LeBron James on their team.
And a reference in pop songs. Even political figures weighed in, with one hoping he'd choose Chicago. Teams cleared massive amounts of salary cap space. Half the league tried to prepare for the chance of landing him. But realistically, only 5 teams stood a chance: Cleveland, Miami, Chicago, New York, and New Jersey. After the loss to Boston, the media frenzy only intensified. It was the beginning of a new era. As free agency opened in July, LeBron treated it like a professional business venture. He met with all 5 teams, each trying to win him over. The Nets offered financial deals, business partnerships, global reach. The Knicks emphasized the prestige of Madison Square Garden. Chicago focused on their rising talent and strong legacy. But it was Miami and their team president that struck the right tone. Pat Riley knew exactly what to say. He didn't waste time talking numbers or fame. He spoke about championships. Riley ended his pitch by sliding a silk pouch across the table. Inside were 7 championship rings, symbols of his past success as a player and coach. The message was clear. If LeBron wanted to win, Miami was the place. The idea of teaming up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh had already been floating around since they played together in the 2008 Olympics. On July 4th, after meeting with Miami, LeBron got on a call with both of them. The conversation was simple. Should they all join forces? New York was ruled out immediately. They didn't trust the ownership. Chicago couldn't make the numbers work. That left only one serious option. When Wade asked if LeBron was in, he replied, "I'm in," and Bosh echoed it, "I'm in too." But just 2 days later, things began to get uncertain again. Despite knowing Miami was the logical choice, LeBron still felt tied to Cleveland. And then, silence. He stopped responding to messages, even from Wade. No calls, no texts, nothing. He disappeared, mentally and emotionally. And then came the announcement. LeBron's team told the world they'd reveal his decision live on ESPN in a 1-hour special. It would be produced by LeBron and his partner Maverick Carter. Never before had an athlete controlled a network's programming like this. ESPN didn't even get to pick the host. LeBron chose Jim Gray, and the network had no choice but to accept it. The NBA's commissioner at the time wasn't pleased. He hated the idea that everything now revolved around LeBron. Many media voices echoed that sentiment. But the plans were locked in. The broadcast would air live from the Boys and Girls Club in Greenwich, Connecticut, and proceeds would go to charity. The day before the special, Wade and Bosch officially signed with Miami. They believed LeBron was joining them, but weren't completely sure. Almost no one knew for certain what he would decide, not even LeBron. Until the very last minute, he went back and forth between Cleveland and Miami. Outside the club, the atmosphere was electric. Crowds gathered. Rumors flew. Some said he was going to the Knicks. Even Kanye showed up to witness the moment. But when the time came, LeBron sat down, visibly nervous. This was a different LeBron, unsure, tense. Then the question came, "What's your decision?" And LeBron replied, "This fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat."
LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
This is terrible. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to Cleveland.
I hope that LeBron doesn't win a championship in Miami.
Back in Cleveland, chaos erupted. The disappointment was instant. Anger followed. Some fans swore they'd never cheer for him again. Meanwhile, LeBron boarded a plane to Miami, sitting silently with his closest friends. They didn't speak a word, but his doubts were erased quickly when he saw the open letter from Cleveland's owner, an emotional, scathing message that attacked LeBron's character. That sealed it. He knew he had made the right call. Yet within 24 hours, another storm was coming. During the Heat's welcome party, LeBron made a statement that would haunt him for years. Not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
Referring to how many championships they'd win. That single moment turned the entire league against them. As the season kicked off, every opponent played their hardest against Miami. The Heat stumbled out of the gate with an 8-7 record. Frustrations grew. At one point, LeBron shoulder-checked coach Eric Spoelstra during a timeout. The media speculated about internal issues. Rumors spread that players didn't trust Spoelstra or feel like they could play freely under him.
Players are frustrated with their head coach, Eric Spoelstra. Some are questioning whether he is the right coach for the team.
They have a few issues. One, they feel like he's not letting them be themselves.
LeBron later admitted he wasn't comfortable being the villain. He wasn't used to the hate, the criticism. Living in Ohio, he could feel the resentment everywhere. And then came the most heated night of the year, his first return to Cleveland. The crowd unleashed pure hostility. Every time he touched the ball, the boos rained down. But LeBron never flinched. He dropped 38 points and 8 assists in a blowout win. That night sparked a run. Miami went on a 12-game win streak. Their defense suffocated opponents. Fast breaks became routine, but cracks still showed. Weak interior offense, shaky shooting, and no clear leader in crunch time. Still, their raw talent carried them to the NBA Finals. Then, it fell apart. Against the Mavericks, every issue resurfaced. But the biggest shock was LeBron's performance. He vanished when it mattered most, averaging the worst numbers of his playoff career. He wasn't aggressive. He hesitated. He passed instead of shooting. Dallas won the series 4-2. LeBron was humiliated. He later said that during that season he was consumed with proving people wrong. In the process, he lost himself. After the loss, he shut himself away for 2 weeks, and then came the transformation. He returned more focused, reshaped his game, and refined his mentality. The result? Back-to-back championships. A new version of LeBron emerged. Calmer, smarter, more unstoppable. He made 8 straight finals appearances. He won fans back around the world. And in 2016, he fulfilled the promise to Cleveland and gave them their long-awaited title. So while the decision might have been awkward, cringeworthy, and painful for Cavs fans, it also changed everything. It drew in 13 million viewers, raised $2.5 million for charity, and started a new era in athlete media. Today, players owning their own platforms is normal. But LeBron and Maverick Carter pioneered it. And that's why, even with all the bumps in the road, LeBron remains the king. Subscribe for more on Isaac Weah.